Welcome to Hello Monday, where Rachel talks all things ballet and fitness, sharing strategies and techniques to help you start, grow, and create a thriving business using your passion for ballet and fitness. And here's your host, Rachel Withers.
Hi there, and welcome to another Hello Monday. We've got a really great Hello Monday tonight. I have a special guest with me, Deborah Ruddy. But before I introduce Deborah to the stream, just hello again to Hello Monday, where we talk about everything that is ballet, everything that is fitness, really everything to really support your fitness business, really how to start, how to grow, and how to truly scale your fitness business. We talk technique, we talk marketing, and we talk lots and lots of strategies really to how to grow your fitness business. So tonight I have a special guest with me, Deborah Ruddy, and as always, please say hello in the comments box. You know, we always like to know who we're talking to. Throughout the show, please say hello, any questions, just pop them in the comments box and we will try and answer them as we go through. So I'm going to now welcome Debbie, to Hello Monday, and just hang on one sec. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Deborah.
Hello.
Great to have you here. Yeah, so before we kind of kick off with everything, it would really be great for you to just tell the listeners, the viewers, a little bit about yourself, where you're at with everything, and just a bit about your fitness business.
Sure. Okay. So I suppose I'm based in Ireland, and I run a yoga and Ballet Be Fit business, mainly dealing with women. Sorry, running. Slightly out of breath, just to grab the earpods. So shouldn't have been, but anyhow. But
yeah,
promoting that fitness business, aren't I? Really. Yes. But yeah, so we deal with different various classes, from meditation to yoga flow, yin, and restorative. I also do Ballet Be Fit, and I also do aerial yoga, but unfortunately we're not back in the studio yet to do aerial yoga, so missing out on the aerial. But when we get back, fingers crossed, the end of the month.
Hopefully it won't be too long. Yeah, hopefully it won't be too long for you.
Yeah.
So I'd just like to say hello to a couple of people and everybody that's joining us. Can't see your name, so please just, if you've not accepted StreamYard, please just put your name at the end of the comment, and then we know who's joining us. That would be great. So I kind of would like to really start, Debbie, with you talking about your journey into the fitness industry. So tell the listeners about your journey. It'd be great to hear. Yeah.
So I suppose I started in aerial yoga. Weirdly, I start flying before I ground myself. Always. What's new? But so I started that probably about 6 years ago, and I started with only 2 students who came to the class, just somebody looking to decipher what was aerial yoga, what are these things hanging from the ceiling, just to get a feel for what aerial yoga is all about. But for me, aerial yoga is about finding that decompression of the spine and extending your body, building flexibility, building strength. So within aerial yoga classes, I do yoga, I do suspension fitness, and I also do restorative, which is where we take the hammock a little lower and we get to really explore the body. It's like peeling the onion layers off the body. So it's really, really nice. So then about 2018, I qualified as a 200 RYT yoga instructor, and then last year completed my 500 hour. And then with lockdown, was looking for something to replace aerial, and discovered the wonderful world of Ballet Be Fit. And with pleasure, it has taken me into a great world of more flexibility, more strength and stamina. And it's really built up my fitness without having that high impact. And that's what I really love about the Ballet Be Fit, because I don't really like those HIIT or high intensity things, or I actually don't really like to sweat at all. So, so any of those boxercise classes, I class them as disgusting. So I really like to deliver a nice restorative based world and kind of build on your strength, your flexibility, building your body back up if you've got injury, because that's where I came from, was an injury base. So that's, me in a nutshell, I suppose, into the fitness world.
I would like to talk about that a little bit, your story of coming from that injury base. But just before we do, somebody's just said it's their first session with us. Great to have you joining us. Sorry I can't see your name. Thank you for joining us on your first session on Hello Monday. Great to have you here, and I hope we have you for many, many more. And it's your first session since you've signed up and joined us. So welcome. Great to have you here. So tell us a little bit about, it's quite a story, really, about how you got into this from coming from the injury. Base.
So a couple of car crashes. People just like to meet me, maybe. Anyhow, so I kind of had injury to the neck and injury to the spine, and just trying to gain back my flexibility and my strength from at a point where I couldn't even bend over to touch my knees, never mind my toes. So when doctors used to say bend over, and you're kind of going, yeah, I am. And they're kind of going, is that it? And you're kind of going, yeah, that's it. So I like to be able to share that story with my clients, because it gives them hope that they can reach their toes eventually, especially in my yoga classes, because you don't have to be perfect or flexible to come into any of the classes. It's about building. We're not trying to sell the Insta world of Instagram and find that perfect body. We're trying to get your perfect body to be the best you. So you're trying to build on that resilience that's within you and find it. Because I know if I looked at my teaching practice and where I started with those two people, and if I stayed and sort of said, oh God, I'm never going to be a teacher, I'm never going to be an instructor. If I decided to just quit, I would never be where I am today, which is teaching 6 to 8 classes a week, pretty much full online. I never thought I'd teach online. It's like, it's been a whole new world. And I have to say, it's lovely to tap into your own resilience, but also tap into the resources that you have. And sometimes you don't even know where your resilience comes from. So it's trying to find what's your resilience. So we all have resilience wherever you can find it, whether that's mental or physical or psychological resilience, and just trying to find where that is.
I think so. And I think this is when you come into doing something for yourself, whether that's doing a few classes a week and it being, Ballet Be Fit, or your fitness classes, whatever they may be, aerial yoga, Pilates, whatever it is. It can either be a side hustle or it can either be your full business. But you have to understand that you do need to have resilience. Even if you've got a job, there's always the element of resilience that you have to have, because things don't go always according to plan. And I always say it's like a journey. We do know where we have, and I'm, Debbie, I'm all for having your A and your route A to B, and knowing that route and mapping that out. Otherwise, you're never going to get to that destination. But you can have to do a detour, a diversion, because there's a roadblock in the way, or there's some bumps, or there's always that, and you have to find that resilience. And I think you talking about the fact that when you started, you had 2 people in your class. Now, we support, obviously, at Ballet Be Fit. We work very hard to really help each and every instructor in terms of every campaign possible to really get that client attraction, so that they hit the ground really running. But I think if you could share a little bit more about starting out with two people and actually what the benefits of that were, and explain a bit further where you are right now.
I suppose, well, for me, when I started, two people was perfect insofar as I had no teaching experience. So it was nice to just start with two people. And in fact, they were my guinea pigs. They didn't know that, but like they were my guinea pigs. And, you know, it was lovely to sort of say, okay, two people, I can cope with two people. Like, I probably won't drop two people out of an aerial hammock. You know, I can be safe with two people. I won't kill anybody. You know, I won't break anybody's neck in two people, because you can watch two people quite easily.
Yeah.
So for me, that practice built and built. And, you know, after 2 months of practicing with these two wonderful people who are still my clients today, my aerial classes have grown, like, and they're full completely. Well, before lockdown anyhow, but you know, they were full completely. But that was due to a resilience of saying, okay, I know even though I'm advertising them, Facebook alone is not enough just to advertise. You have to sort of say, can you recommend this class to your friend? Can you sort of say this at the school gates? Or can you know, ask your clients to be your word of mouth as well?
Yeah.
So for my aerial people, they were my word of mouth. They said it to their mates, they said it to their school friends, they said it to mums. You know, as they got fitter, their friends could see the results and they were like, what are you doing? Or, you know, and it was like they became your advocates. So that was my aerial. When I started out in yoga, I felt a little bit more confident because obviously I had teaching practice behind me with my aerial hammocks. But again, you're starting from scratch again. It's a different discipline. And you're kind of going, okay, so now I have a whole new language to learn. It's called Sanskrit. And it's kind of going, okay, how am I going to get this into my head? So you're trying to build again and find the language to learn that, build your resilience of, okay, I have a memory here somewhere. So try and find what tools do you have to learn. So you kind of look back to where you learned in school. So what were your little techniques that you learned to study to come to an exam? So you try and use the same techniques. So it's finding those little resilient techniques that you had. So then when I found Ballet Be Fit, well, a whole new world had opened here. And I tell you, it certainly opened not only a new business for me with Ballet Be Fit classes, but it opened a whole new world of mentorship, a whole new world of equal people on the same level, and this wonderful Hello Monday group that you learn so much information on. So that's great. You've got the academy, you've got my fitnipper. Oh, I can't even pronounce today. Fitnipper.
It's like me the other day, couldn't speak, could I?
Speak, yeah. That word can I speak today? It's because I had to rush. I could buy these earpods. But like
the master
your
fitpreneur mind. Yeah.
Master your fitpreneur mind. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Those little techniques have helped to build a different type of resilience. Tap in to your creative mind a little bit more. Hone into where you want to focus your classes, where you want to bring your business to. And okay, maybe your business isn't there right now, but you have a plan in place. And there's so much wealth of knowledge in there. So if you go into the academy, well, I don't need to explain to you, Rachel, but to everybody else.
It's great to hear it, because obviously, and please do share with the listeners, because coming from you and the support means a lot.
There's so many different techniques in there for adding on to your class techniques. So even though I've done the course, there's then little extra techniques of warm-ups and bar techniques and that you can add on. Plus also you've got loads of add-on extra classes that you've put on for us, which is brilliant. So it means that we can create full classes and be creative within those classes. And I'm kind of a person who likes to fly by the seat of my pants a little bit. So I kind of create on the spot. So I kind of I learn by doing. So when I open the academy, I just get on and I look and I kind of do maybe 10 minutes or so, and that goes into my body somehow.
Yeah.
So it's those kind of little classes that I can just sort of think, okay, those quick movements, yeah. How can I bring that into my class this week? Oh, I can bring it in through bar or legs or whatever, or even the cardio work. So you've got that, but you've also got the my brain is gone, but the menu for
The business side of it,
business side of things, but you've also got like the food side of things for calorie countdowns, and like there's so much information. It's a minefield, and like I spent hours upon hours trying to get through everything, and I think poor Sarah was like, okay, you don't have to take it all in today.
No.
But it's just like, oh, I want to get through this, and I want to get through this, and I want to get through this, but I wanted to feed all the information, because I feel the more I have, the better my classes become. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm one of these people who, the more I have to learn, the better I can give back to my clients. So it's delving deep into that information that's available to me. But plus the mentorship programs that we've had, like Sarah, yourself, it's just been a fantastic tool.
Yeah, I think for me, the whole reasoning of starting the academy was the fact that you can do a course and you can learn that course, whether that's a Ballet Be Fit course or yoga, Pilates, whatever it may be. But then sometimes you're on your own after, and then you've got to figure out, you might just be not quite nailing it on your delivery of that class, or your cueing might not be quite where it needs to be, or you're struggling with just like thinking about playlists and music. But then also it is about then having that support in getting out there, getting in the studio or delivering online, and really thinking about how you're going to get your clients, how are you going to attract them. And for me, I wanted to create the academy because not only is it about making sure that we're delivering a strong technique, and each and every instructor is delivering a strong technique, and they've got that continued professional development that everybody needs in whatever sphere, industry, whatever they're doing in. You're a manager in a work environment, you still need to continuously learn, because you need to gain new skills, how to manage people, or a new system comes on place. There's always that continuous professional development that you need to do in order to deliver. We know that there's new sports, health, fads that come in. Are they relevant? Are they correct? Are they wrong? We need, as fitness professionals, to be able to have the resources to be able to understand what's coming in and decide whether that's right for our clients or it isn't right for our clients. And that's why we started moving away from delivering a standalone course to the academy. And I think if we touch back to the resilience side, it's very much when something, a client might ask you a question, you've got the ability to think, I don't quite know that answer now, but you've got the resources to say, don't worry, I'm going to look into that for you and I'll get some answers for you. Or if your class numbers aren't quite hitting where you want to be, think, how am I going to get my class numbers up? Right, I'm going to talk to my mentor, or I'm going to talk to Rachel, I'm going to go in the academy, and I'm also going to look through all the resources that are there, because actually the answers are in there. It's about utilizing it. And I think I'm always one for saying, if something isn't quite working, it's not, is this ever going to work for me? Is this ever going to work out? You just probably need to tweak something just a little bit. And it's that, how do I change it? How do I make it different? And I think that for me is really what resilience is about. I don't know whether you agree with that.
Yeah, totally. Like, because self-study is great, but also to tap into the mentorship, like to be able to send an email to yourself or to Sarah and sort of say, look, I have this thing, can I run it past you? Would you mind just having even a look at my website? To be able to sort of say, am I just going off the page or am I on the right track? Because the way sometimes you think, oh, I'm brilliant, but then actually you realize, no, you're not so brilliant. But all you need is to hone it in the correct direction. And all you need is somebody who's already been there and sort of says, actually, if you just tweak it this way, it'll look a little bit better. And we've had that with yourself and with Sarah, between the Get Social courses, that information of honing in on your client. Who is your target client? Because that for me has been a really positive step forward to be able to hone in, to allow my clients to come in. And it has doubled my Ballet Fit classes. I've even been able to share my class, have the courage to share my class with a corporate client, where I probably would have held back for a fear factor, that dreaded word.
Yeah.
But to have the resilience of knowing, actually, my stuff is worth sharing with them. They've already asked me to teach yoga. They are a dance group. They're doing it through a fitness and a losing weight point of view. But and I've done a couple of classes with them as tasters, and the group have just adored them. So now we're just going to have talks about how we fit it in. So it's just
nice.
It's really nice. So that'll build it up. That'll build my Ballet Fit business even further, because that's sharing with like 100 plus in one class. And it was a big class, and you're kind of like, you're trying to take care of them, but at the same time trying to deliver a class that's worth looking at. Yeah. So it's an interesting concept. So it's where maybe 2 or 3 months ago, I probably wouldn't have had the confidence to even sort of say, hey, look at my Ballet Fit. It's fantastic. It's a great class. But actually I had the confidence just to turn around and say, look at me, I'm brilliant. Maybe not quite in those words, but
don't please change that at the end, because you are.
But do you know what I mean? In a more positive outlook, and sort of saying, I know the class is good. I'm getting the results because each month I'm seeing new people join because they're finding it more interesting. So it's gaining that confidence in yourself, and with the resources that we have through the academy, through the mentorship programs, it has been just a fantastic resource. And I can't recommend it highly enough, as you know.
I do, but I think for me, it's the fact that I see the journey of when somebody comes in, and if they truly tap in to everything that Ballet Be Fit is about, and use us to the full of what we're offering, you can absolutely fly with this. To get a corporate contract and to have that's something you should be exceptionally proud of. And I know that you religiously do my master your fitpreneur mind. I know that you use that, and I think that is from a mindset point of view, and this is where you have to combine the knowledge of the technique, and this isn't just applying to Ballet Be Fit classes. This is applying to whatever class type, genre that you're doing. You have to apply that always improve the knowledge of the class type, the group exercise, or if you're a private, doing private one-on-ones, continue learning. But at the same time, you do need to always continuously have that growth mindset, that you're developing your mindset, because each time you do that, it takes you to a next level. It takes you somewhere else, because you start on one particular comfort zone, you get out of that comfort zone, and if you don't continue, you just end up finding yourself a new comfort zone. And what we need to do is keep stepping out of that comfort zone. And when you do that, then your business absolutely flies, and you don't question, you're not scared to ask for help. You're not scared to approach somebody and say, do you know what, I've got something really good here that I actually think would benefit your employees, or whatever it is, or your slimming group, or women's institute, whatever it may be. You can say, I've got something that I think would really be of benefit. And people want to know, don't they? And I think what you're doing, I mean, your business is just growing from strength to strength. And I'll just go back a bit. We talk about the ideal client. That was something that you said was very important for you, is to discover who your ideal client was. I'd like you to kind of explain that a little bit more, because when you find your ideal client, it aligns with who you are and where you want your business to be at the same time, doesn't it? So it'd be great if you could kind of share that a little bit more.
Sure. So I suppose for me, my ideal client was somebody who was kind of stressed or struggling with reoccurring injuries, or finding that their life was just a little bit too heavy on their shoulders, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And they really wanted to get out of their head and just either into their body or out of their head, and find some meditation space, that calmness, that strength, or even from a Ballet Fit point of view, find some flexibility, be able to grow tall and find that growth again. Sometimes like when you're stressed, you find that like you're hunched constantly. So to find that like lovely poise and be able to stand up tall again. And I think when you stand tall, you begin to believe in your heart again, and you sort of find, oh, do you know what? I'm here. Well, I know that's from my own point of view. Once I could stand tall again and bring my shoulders back and bring them down my back and peacock my chest out, even though my chest was quite large. So it's not something I'm always confident in doing. But, now I found it. So what? It's the size it is. You just have to accept it. You need acceptance of your body. Women accept who they are.
Yeah.
They find a beautiful sense of self. And that's who my ideal client was. So therefore, then I could market to those people. Once I know who I was trying to sell to, I could market to them. Yeah. Because before that, I was kind of probably marketing to William Nilliam, whoever that William Nilliam was.
Yeah.
Anybody and everybody. It's not to say that anybody's not accepted into my class. It's just to say these are my ideal clients, people who are looking for a bit more restorative in their life, a bit more mindfulness in their life, a bit more sense of self. And from that, they'll get that through my classes. But have a bit of fun on the way, because that's what Leela Fitness stands for, is divine play, which is what Leela stands for. So it's just to have some fun while getting fit and getting that enjoyment out of your life, because you don't have to pound the pavement and break your knees in HIIT classes or be shouted at in a boot camp, to get fit. You can get fit politely and nicely and enjoy it. And that's what my ideal client is looking for. But hey ho, if anybody wants to get shouted at to get fit, that's
the thing. And there's lots and lots of different types of fitness classes that suit everybody's different personalities and everybody's goals and objectives of what they are for fitness. But I think when you know who you want to serve, then you can structure your business and align your business. Then you're going to serve those people that you resonate with, that you relate with better, because you're going to really help them with their fitness goals and their fitness objectives. Whereas if they want something else and that doesn't align with what you want to deliver, you're not going to be able to serve them great. And so it really is important to understand who you are, what in terms of what you want to deliver for your fitness business, what makes you passionate about, and obviously you have always been, since your experiences, since your journey, that restorative fitness is very, very important to you, and the rehabilitation side and getting that flexibility and the mobility back. That's something, and really stretch, making the space in the spine, and all of that has become a very important thing for what you want to deliver. And because of that, you're going to resonate with all of those people that have got the mobility issues, the flexibility issues. You're going to be working on that, and you can really help and support them on their goals. Whereas if it is somebody that wants more of a high impact class, they're not going to get it from you. So there's no point spending as well your marketing efforts, your time, marketing to somebody that is going to come to your class and go, do you know what, this class actually is not right for me, because it's not what I want. And I think this is what a lot of fitness professionals, when they start out in group exercise classes, they can say, I want any client because I just want the numbers there. And then when the numbers aren't right, when they start to drop off because what they're delivering isn't aligned to their clients, they can get very disheartened with it. But it's because they haven't started at that foundation of really deciding, who am I going to talk to that is aligned with, who is my ideal client, where are they, and how am I going to communicate with them to get them to join my classes because they know what my message is. And I think that's what's so crucial. And Rebecca is saying, very well said, Deborah, if you know who your ideal clients are, you can find them. Exactly. And that's exactly what we're saying, Rebecca. And you can be clearer in your message, and your clients can find you, and it's a win-win. And I'd love to see some more comments coming in of you guys experiencing, when you decide who your client is and you align your marketing strategy, how much easier it is to fill your classes, rather than thinking, I just want anybody and everyone in. And then you can get so disheartened because they'll go, because if they want a CrossFit class and they go to a Ballet Fit class, you couldn't have anything as different.
I teach a beginner's yoga class. I don't do it online, but I do it in the studio. And from that point of view, like you get all types that come in. Some people come in because of health reasons. Other people come in because they just want to do yoga. Other people come in because they've heard it'll fix their back. There's very different reasons. And, or some people have just come through cancer and thought, from a mindfulness point of view. So there's every kind of archetype that'll walk through the door. And I think if anything it has taught me really well to not take things personal is beginner's yoga, because some of them will never come back to you. And you're kind of going, okay, that's fine. I wasn't their type of yoga teacher, because they might have wanted a more Ashtanga based yoga, or they might have wanted, a more meditative yoga, or, because some people think yoga is just lying on a mat, just going on for the whole hour. I mean, good luck, mate, if you do, but but it's funny to see how sometimes you can take that personal if you're not ready for that kind of teaching. At least I was teaching before I took on the beginners class, and I don't take that personally anymore, because I'm just not the right fit for them. This is how I teach my beginners class, because other teachers teach it just by pose and break it down. Other teachers teach different flows and whatever. So it's just trying not to take it all so personally if people don't come back to you either. And I think, so that's another form of the resilience point of view, that it's like, okay, that person didn't come back, but maybe if you just ask them why, they'll sort of say, oh, actually, do you know what? And I asked one lady, because she had been with me for 4.5 weeks. I was like, why didn't you come back? She says, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So I knew, like, she'd done 2 or 3 terms, and then on the 4th term, she'd stopped coming, kind of halfway through the term. And I was like, is everything okay? Yeah. Are you okay? And she just goes, I'm pregnant. And I said, okay. That's fine. Do you know? Because do you know when somebody's a regular like that and then they just stop?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you wonder what's happened. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to ask them in case you think that they think you're pushing for business, but at the same time, you're kind of worried, are they okay?
Yes.
Genuinely worried, are they okay? So I was kind of toing and froing, and then just to ask the question, and you're just going to go, fair enough, that's okay. And it's that kind of thing. You just have to stop taking everything so personal as well, I think, a little bit.
I think you do, because we tend to, and I've got another comment just before I kind of answer my thoughts on it. And I'm sorry I haven't got your name. It sounds like a great place to start. Absolutely, it completely is. Know your ideal client, know who you want to speak to, know what your message is, and then that is the perfect place to start, because that's really sets the foundations for your business, really, and know where you want to be in the end. But we do take things personally, and we have to learn that most of the time, these people, your clients are coming because they've got whatever goals and that they want to achieve, but they've got a life as well going on outside, and we tend to forget that. We tend to get consumed within our delivery of our class, or it's us. And we are actually, and this is why I always say, we are a service provider. That's what we're doing. We're serving our clients. And when we remember that, and we remember that they're human like we are, with their own stuff going on, and the chances are, if they don't show for a while, it could be quite simply that they're juggling a whole load of kids stuff. The kids got exams, or some exam hasn't worked out, or something's happened. There's a whole load of things that can mean somebody doesn't attend a class, and it's usually not because of the way that you're delivering. And it's really important to realize it's the people have stuff going on, and they come to us for that me time, that escapism from all of that. And when something can take them away from attending a class, then I personally think it's important to ask, can I ask why? Is everything okay? Am I not hitting your fitness goals that you're wanting, or is it something else? And then you can find out, and then you might be able to really support them and say, well, look, take a couple of weeks out, or maybe come to this class, or maybe we can do a one-on-one session. Just juggle around, and you can find that you end up doing. I found it when somebody hasn't been able to attend a class, and I've gone, can I help you? They go, oh, it's just really difficult at the moment. It's not fitting. My son's got, and it was particularly needed. English hadn't done well in the GCSEs for English in the mocks, and needed extra tuition, and it just happened to clash with the class. And then so we did on a one-on-one workout. So I actually ended up doing a one-on-one from thinking that somebody wasn't interested in my classes anymore, because I took the time out to ask what's going on. And I think that's really important, to not take it personally and realise they're just like us. They've got a whole load of stuff that kind of goes on in the background. Yeah.
And especially around this time of year as well, June, July and August, your classes do deplete a little bit. So you have to sort of prepare a little bit for that. So I think if you're, say, for me, for next year anyhow, I'm going to plan my year out. And the July and August thing, I'm probably going to plan something into those periods, so that it's not just and people are like, oh, everybody's going on holidays. Do I have any students?
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden everything disappears. Like, so you're trying to be creative with what you're offering, I suppose.
I think, yeah, I think that you have to think, maybe you might create a package that's, I would suggest a lot is say, right, I'm going to create a package that's an on-demand package, because if you're on holiday, you can't make the classes. Here's like a set of videos. It's X amount for you to have. just try and do it while you're on holiday. Get up, do these workouts, that kind of thing. So you might not be taking the same classes, but you're offering a package that they can access and utilize, so that when come September, when it absolutely everything starts again, that they're still in shape and they haven't quite dropped it off. So you can deliver quite a lot of different things by and I think doing a Zoom class or online class that might offer at a certain time in the morning might really support people that are on holiday and want to get up and have a walk, a bit of exercise before. If you go away with your children, for example, they don't get up till whatever time, and you're wondering, when are you going to get off for the day and do something? I know that's what I mean. So it's that kind of thing. It's always thinking of delivering something different. And somebody has just put, and again, I haven't got your name, well said, not everyone is your tribe. Absolutely, not everyone is. You can't please everyone all of the time, but be approachable, absolutely, so that they can come back in case they change their mind. And that's the thing too, isn't it? And I think we've talked about knowing your ideal clients and understanding that, and understanding who you want to deliver to. I'm going to touch upon now knowing your core qualities and your strengths. I'd like to kind of talk about that a little bit as well, because I think that's quite key in terms of really delivering as it's Cherry. Hi, Cherry. Great to have you here, Cherry. And I like the cherry emoji. So talk about your thoughts on, your core qualities, your strengths.
Yeah, so I think everybody has obviously core qualities and strengths, and you're just trying to tap into what you feel yours are. So there's a multitude of them, so something like loyal or self-control, loving, kindness, or dedicated, or trustworthy, or compassionate, wisdom, humorous, even forgiving, those kind of core, genuine, relatable, all of those core things that you have within you, and you're trying to put those out to the world. So for me, it's I'm dedicated to my classes. My students get their early morning classes, especially those who can get up at 6:30 in the morning for their early morning classes. They love it because they enjoy having that workout done. It's out of the way, and they're really, but also that you find that you might give back every now and again as well. So you've got that little bit of kindness in there. So maybe somebody can't attend or just doesn't have the facility this month, or due to maybe, for example, maybe I'm just taking out of the air, they've got 3 or 4 kids, and they've got quite an expense coming up to September. And maybe they just say, look, I can't afford it this month, but they're your regular client. Maybe you just say, look, here's 2 recordings or 3 recordings or whatever, and it's a nice give back, and they're they don't expect it, and they're really happy. I think it's important to share the love sometimes, and pay it forward a little bit, because people remember that. And I think just the little things that you can tap into without you realizing that you have those qualities. When you look and dig deep, you realize, oh, actually, I have all of these qualities. If you just find all of them, you find that I have so many qualities within my repertoire that I can provide so much more and create so much more. And creativity is such a great quality to have. And people say, oh, I'm not a bit creative. But actually, if they think about it, they are creative, because you find people say, what about this class? A mums and daughters class, or sort of maybe a Halloween pumpkin surprise. People come up with the most bizarre names and things, and you're kind of going, never thought of that. You gotta go. So you're creative. You are creative. Everybody has a creative bone somewhere. It's just about honing into it and kind of maybe tuning into it a little bit, because sometimes we forget we are all these beings, and it's about maybe taking 5 minutes downtime just to meditate and tune into yourself, strengths and accountabilities. That's just from my own point of view.
No, I completely agree with you. But I think it's great to list what you believe your strengths are, and to a certain extent, think about your weaknesses because you can improve on them. But I do believe focus on your strengths. I'm a firm believer that if you over deliver to your clients, then they realize that not only, yes, you are running a business. Yes, you do deserve to get paid for it. And that's the thing that as a fitness professional, we can tend to feel a bit like, oh, but we are providing a service. But if you over deliver and you come from a place that is genuine, you come from a place that is about, you can't go into this industry, you can't go into this business if you don't care about people and want to help them, because that's realistically what we're doing here. But when you come to that and you realize that you've got that strength of really wanting to help somebody achieve their goals, and you will use your own strengths and skills to enable that and over deliver. And I'm, as you're saying, if they can't make it because there's a financial commitment, they've got to pay for a kid's holiday, in the summer or something like that. It's a school trip, and it just means, every parent is going to sacrifice to enable the child to be able to do a school trip or whatever it may be. To just say, that's absolutely okay. I care for you as a person. I get it. Yeah. Here, take this. And when you can come back, that's fantastic. Instead of just being that business that doesn't have the passion to really help others. And I think the biggest skill and strengths we have as a fitness professional is that we actually care about we have a passion for what we do, and we care about our clients. And when you come from that place, I don't think you can go wrong. Really.
No, and it's true. Or even things like, say, if somebody has recommended 3 clients to you, that when the next time they come to pay for the term, you can just say, it's on me. Yeah. So that you've already had 3 recommendations and they've come in. Once they've come in and paid, so you've 3 new clients because of a word of mouth from one person. So why not give the next term free to that person? Do you know, that kind of way? So it's something like that, and they don't even expect it, and they're like, "Oh, that's such a lovely thing. Thank you so much." So it's just one term free for 3 new clients, and hopefully you'll keep your 3 new clients if you're good enough to keep them and tune into their
they're aligned to what you're delivering. And I think that's the thing. And I can touch upon this point, is when your clients are aligned to you, then they're going to have a loyalty. You're going to have a loyalty, and there can be the boundaries there, because when you reach out to lots of different clients and they're not aligned with your business and not you delivering, sometimes boundaries can kind of fall away.
Be pushed.
Yes, be pushed. That's what I want. Be pushed. And that's when we have to learn as a fitness professional that you have to have your ideal client, because if you don't have your ideal client, those boundaries will be pushed. They might
overstep.
Yeah, you can't have. Say you have a limit on the number that you can have, and with COVID, this is the case. You can only have a limit in the studio, and that one person keeps repeatedly cancelling on you. That means somebody else hasn't got the opportunity to attend the class. Then you have to have that boundary there, and they're saying, "Oh no, right, something happened." You have to make sure that there is some form of boundaries sometimes. But when you've aligned your business to the ideal client, that tends not to happen. Actually, true. I don't think the boundaries are pushed particularly. So it is interesting. It sort of keeps coming back to that ideal client, knowing who you are, being confident in the delivery that you're doing, and the belief in
And being
what
authentic, being your authentic self as well. You know, it's just really about that. I think people can see through you very quickly if you're not authentic. If you're trying to imitate somebody else, it's, you know, we can all aspire to be somebody, but at the end of the day, you still have to be yourself. You know, you can deliver your class well and look to deliver it. As much as I'd love to be a Russian ballerina, it ain't gonna happen. So, Tinky Winky in a tutu is okay. I manage. He's graceful. He's got a handbag.
I think the thing is, isn't it? It's like when you are true to yourself, then you can be true to others.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to have an instructor that is approachable, that can relate and be on the level. Yeah. When we're not on stage a Russian ballerina performing, we are delivering, we're delivering a ballet-inspired fitness class for wonderful people who want to get enjoyment out of exercise. And that's what it, and make real lifestyle changes that improve their lifestyle, because the reason you exercise truly is to improve your lifestyle, so that you have that mobility, you have that flexibility, so you can do day-to-day things and enjoy the day-to-day activities. And that's the place where we're truly coming from as a fitness professional. It's about enhancing somebody's life, isn't it, really?
To be the best person that you can be.
Yeah,
Totally. That's it. Nothing more and nothing less, just to be the best you.
exactly. And I think we need to, that's the message that I know your business, I know Ballet Be Fit is what we're wanting to really put across. It's be the best you that you can be, and respect and look after your body, look after your health. And that's why obviously Ballet Be Fit is always be an inspiration. Be an inspiration because you're doing the best, you're living every moment that you can with gratitude, with thankful for being who you are as an individual, really. And I think that that's so important, and that's an example to future, I hope, future generations, really.
Totally. Yeah.
So kind of tell everybody, I mean, before we go on to telling everybody how they can find you, attend your classes, just what roadblocks have you experienced on your journey as a fitness professional?
Ooh, okay, roadblocks. I suppose the biggest roadblock is me, if I'm honest.
Okay.
So it's that, am I good enough? Am I able to do the fitness? Am I able to deliver the class correctly? It's like, the self-confidence issues. So that's the first thing I'd say is my biggest roadblock at times. And at times that crops up again and again. It goes, you can't do this. But you kind of sort of say, I can. And you have to knock it off, and you have to stand tall, and you have to sort of say, can do this. I know the information. Just stand at the top of your mat or stand in the middle of the room and go, breathe. And I have a friend who says to me, I know when you're thinking. I know when you're in your head. Come here. So I know when she's watching as well, if she's on one of my classes. And I'm thinking. But so what? Allow it to think. Allow yourself to be human. There are times when I kind of go, what leg did I start with? Can't remember. And you just have to admit it that, I don't remember what I started with. Guys, anybody tell me? And somebody will prompt you and you'll remember your whole routine. Yeah. So I think it's about being a bit human and allowing yourself to be vulnerable sometimes. And it's okay to be vulnerable. That's not a bad thing.
No.
But yeah, you can get in your own way a little bit sometimes. And if there was any roadblocks, I'd say myself, the second roadblock I'd say is having to still work. Anyhow, well, we're getting rid of that slowly. It's still working on it, but yeah, the objective is to be a full-time fitpreneur. So that's the objective. It is the goal. It may be 2022, but it's the road path is there, and slowly by slowly I'm trickling out my main working hours and replacing them with fitpreneur hours. So yeah, so that's
a step at a time, and that's what. And I was only talking to somebody today that was talking about how they have such a passion for teaching, and they were asking me the journeys of other instructors that have joined the Ballet Be Fit family. You know, I call it a family, and I say a lot of the time ladies join and gentlemen join as an instructor, and it's very much, it starts off as a part-time. They fit the training in between the job on an evening, they fit the instruction, all the classes in between what they're doing for a day job. But slowly, as things build, they can turn it into, it's no longer, as we use the terminology, a side hustle. It becomes their business. And I think with the correct planning, the correct strategy, the correct really understanding the direction of where you want to go with your business, that will happen. And you have to appreciate your progress. And if you actually look back each month of what you've achieved, then you go, I'm getting closer to that final goal. If it is to be a full-time fitpreneur, for some people it might not be, it might be just a few classes a week, but it just depends where you want to go. But always look at your progress and think, yeah, each step I'm making is a step closer. And I think we have to have gratitude and appreciate every step that we take. And sometimes we can forget that.
Yeah, totally. I get it. Like each step forward is a step in the right direction. So can't complain.
No, you can't. So
definitely not.
Thank you. It's been fantastic chatting with you. It would be really great for you just to really share with the listeners and the viewers where they can find you. And I will ask the team to put all your details in the comments as well. And just before you do, Rebecca's saying, beautifully said, Deborah, what you put out has a ripple effect and it can mean a lot to others when they receive kindness. So I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you, Rebecca, for sharing that. So Debbie, please tell us where everybody can find you.
So you can find me on, my website is leelafitnessire.com, or you can find me at leelafitnessire on Instagram, or I'm on Facebook at leelafitness1. I do have a Pinterest, but don't ask me it. You can find it on the website link. It's there. Just click on the link on the website. But yeah, all the relevant socials are all on the website anyhow. So
yeah, and what you deliver is absolutely fantastic. It's an honor to have you as part of the Ballet Be Fit family, and
it's a blessing to be here.
And it's an honor to get to know you. You know, it's great. But I think one of the most beautiful things about everything at Ballet Be Fit, and well, for me, is I get to make new friends and really build a beautiful family and community. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
No, my pleasure. Okay, so I just want to say again, massive thank you. It's been, I think, a really great, informative show tonight. Thank you, Debbie, full of incredible words of wisdom. If you are interested in becoming a Ballet Be Fit instructor, please just message us, DM us, and we'll go through how we work. Also, please just keep checking out what's going on in the Ballet Fitness Room, because we have so much happening in here. And I will see you. It'll be in 2 weeks' time for another Hello Monday. Just in the summer, I'm taking it a little bit easier, so it's kind of nearly every 2 weeks. Also, guys, I have announced I have a new marketing strategy that is super exciting, that can really help with your ranking on Google and on YouTube. If you are interested in finding out more about it, please message me, because this is something that I'm pretty excited about, and I think it is really going to help you in terms of scale in your class numbers. So message me about that if you're interested in finding out more about, I'm going to call it my YouTube domination strategy. That's what I'm going to call it. So if you're interested in finding out more about how I can help you, and I can potentially get you on #1 on Google and #1 on YouTube. So if you want to find out more about my new YouTube domination strategy, please message me and let me know, because it is super exciting. I'm super excited about it, because I think it can really help support your business on another level in terms of marketing strategy. So have a great rest of your evening, and I look forward to another Hello Monday in 2 weeks. Again, thank you ever so much to Debbie for joining us, and I will see you in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks' time. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Hello Monday. And I'm just looking for StreamYard's changed everything, so I'm struggling with my technical finding things tonight. But thank you ever so much for joining us on Hello Monday. Have a great evening or rest of your day. It's been a great session. If you want to find out more about what we do at Ballet Be Fit, how we can support you, please just message. If you're interested in our YouTube domination strategy, please message too. And I will see you in 2 weeks' time. Take care, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in to Hello Monday. Be sure to visit the Ballet Fitness Room to join the conversation, access the show notes, and discover our fantastic bonus content. Join us next time for more tips and techniques. Bye for now.